GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by goodgame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech. As the Joker will say, and here we go. What is up, everybody? This is Dream Twister, and you're listening to the Mouthful podcast, I believe. Oh, somebody had to do my GG, so it's gonna have to be you.
GG, I always do yours.
Yo, that's well. I'm taking hosting duties today on this our wonderful.
We're missing somebody.
Are we? Who's,
I don't know. There's more space. Don't you feel a little more space?
I do feel yes. It does feel like I can just sit back, relax, turn my chair back. The room on this plane is so spacious. I feel like I'm on a plane to Italy right now, and I'm I'm driving first class, not driving. I'm traveling first class. Yes.
So you're driving the plane. So you're the pilot.
This is I will say, buckle up, guys, because it is just the two of us, and it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
It is. Again,
this is Dream Twister taking over hosting duties. Anando is on. We send him on location, to Italy, to the Italy E3 that's happening around this time.
A little mission. It's called relaxing.
Yeah, exactly. Some R&R that he needs it. That voice that you are listening, of course, besides mine, is my famous co-host, Krista, also known as Shadow 24/7.
Yep. It is very nice, though. I feel bad because he's not here, but
so what I'm hearing is it's good to be just the two of us. The boss is not around, so we rats could just destroy the place. I don't know how the saying goes. You know what I mean? Something about when the cat's not around.
It's like when you leave a puppy by itself and it start wrecking the place.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's a much better.
Oh, and by the way, it is the real 104th episode.
Damn it! I forgot. You didn't even give me a chance to say it. Yes.
You are learning.
Yes. Just in case you guys missed, don't know. This is the real episode 104. Or at least we hope so. As always, if you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to GG. You can definitely, I would recommend you guys subscribe. Check us out at www.goodgame.tech. And that will take you directly to our Facebook group. We're a nice group of fellas. I would say we're friendly. You don't have to be shy.
I guess if you don't have Facebook, you can look on YouTube at Good Game.
You could go to YouTube. Yes. Now we still need subscribers to YouTube so we can get our name. So right now, what you're gonna have to do is just go to the search bar and just type in Good Game bracketed GG. And that way you'll find us. And if you're interested on making content and just helping us out with that, by all means, we'll be glad. We'll accept you. As long as you keep it PG.
With open arms.
With open arms. Yes. So, as we always start the show, I believe we talked about what we have been doing. And you're going to have to start because I have to gather my thoughts to remember what I did this week.
Well, this week, I actually gave my PS4 a break.
Oh?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot, so I need to give it a long life. So it's a break.
So don't worry, it's not an Xbox 360. You're not going to get 3 red rings. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, I'm glad, but I do not want to have something fried and then lose all my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I think the only thing I played is actually today on recording day, and I played Army of Two with my younger brother.
Army of Two?
Yeah, I know, a little throwback.
So wait a minute. So this is the EA title, Army of Two, that we're talking about. And
yeah, that was like I think one of the first few games on the 360 when it came out.
you were playing on the 360?
I was playing on the Xbox One.
Oh, that's right, because of backward compatibility. Yes. How has it aged well?
Surprisingly, yes, it's aged fairly well. I mean, because I know there's you can shop, you get money, you can shop and customize your guns, buy new guns and your gear, and
with in-game money, not with real world. This is free.
Yeah, with in-game money. This
is before the corruption of EA.
Yeah, and you can see it. You can see like how old it is because when you're looking at their gear to change their armor or mask,
yeah,
you can see a little bit of that pixelation, like it's PS2 graphics.
Oh God, my eyes!
Yeah, but the game plays well. It looks well. It's aged fairly well.
Could it be because have they enhanced anything? You know how supposedly most of those games are supposed to be enhanced.
Yeah, I don't know. 4K. I mean, I asked my younger brother about that. He said no. So
he said it plays exactly the same. Because there are some games that they have been enhanced in such a way that you can almost like Red Dead. I was hearing nothing but great things about that. This is the way that Red Dead was meant to be played. This is how you remember playing that game. Because now you could, you have like a lot of frame rate. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Sorry. Yes, that's right. Let's make that.
I was about to say, because Red Dead Revolver still looks horrendous even now.
You remember Gun?
Yes.
That was one of the first. That was a launch title for the 360. It was that and Perfect Hour Zero, which was another horrible.
I know in another game that not many people know about, Bullet Witch.
Bullet Witch. I've heard about Bullet Witch.
It was when it first came, 360 first came out, and
oh yeah, another 360 game.
Yeah, it wasn't bad though. It kind of reminds me of like Bayonetta now.
Oh shoot! I was just thinking of Bayonetta. You play
as a witch and you shoot these grotesque monsters. I didn't get to play very far.
This is the prequel to Bayonetta. This is Bayonetta's origin story.
I don't even know who it's by. I gotta look that up.
I've heard about it, and I heard he had. It wasn't like a great game, but it has some like incredible set pieces.
I mean, it wasn't a bad game. Like it could have been bad.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it was bad. Wow, Bullet Witch, and what prompt was it? Is it? Hey, these games are compatible now, and I just happen to have the titles.
I think it was I don't know if it was with the EA Access or one of the Xbox Live. It could have been through Game Pass for all I know.
Oh, one of the services.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I just saw it. We were eating. I'm like, put that on.
I see you could get Peggle now for Origin if you're into pachinko games. That game. Hey, say what you will. That game is awesome. Peggle. And now, of course, it's on everything. I think you can get it on iOS and Androids and all that. But
I wouldn't be surprised. You can get Centipede.
Centipede. I'm sure somewhere there is Centipede.
And one other thing. I also got to play a little PUBG mobile game with Mad Dog. I think it's a little vacation present.
I think I saw today some posting on the group. I think either him or you got second place. They almost got the chicken dinner.
We both did because we're doing duos, and oh man, that a long game like that, like I can't continue. Like with Fortnite, I can continue because whatever, but a long game of that title, I'm just like, no, I gotta take a break.
You gotta take a break.
What happened is that we were doing well. Like we kept, engaging when we needed to, and kept hiding in tall grass and all, like trying to be strategic. And that storm moves fast, though. So we learned the first few games before that they were short because a storm or somebody got us, and we learned to go where we need to go fast.
Gotta go fast, man.
This at the very end, it was like on this hill somewhere in the military base on the map. And he got a ghillie suit, so he was sitting on another hill just hiding in the grass, and here I am without one trying to hide, and it was just me and him and another duo. So they were driving around this on the Humvee, so they stopped this Humvee at the a bottom of his hill, and we were looking like, where are these guys? Because we can see him, and it's on mobile, so it doesn't like look very good.
Yeah, your field of view is not super ideal,
Yeah, so I had a Vector, so that's like a medium ranged gun, so I couldn't shoot far. Yeah, a Vector and a shotgun, that was it. So here I am, I see one, I'm just trying my best trying to shoot. I got killed immediately.
Oh.
So I think it was by a sniper. One of them had a better rifle than I did. And him, I don't even remember what gun he had, but he tried. He tried his hardest and then died.
If he would have gotten close on that shotgun range, it would have been a different story, I bet.
Yeah, I didn't want to move too much because I don't know if they were paying attention to us or not.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, I'll try and move closer, but since I don't have a ghillie suit, I don't want to risk it.
PUBG Mobile, wow! Who would have thought? Who would have thought that it was gonna make? And it still runs better than the Xbox version, I heard.
Sadly, that is very sad,
man!
yeah.
Oh man! Yeah, PUBG. I think I might have an idea for a game. This is gonna be original.
What game?
It's still gonna be a battle royale. However, we're gonna spin it. It's gonna be our own taste. It's gonna be called GG's Battlegrounds Royale. Battlegrounds Royale, and what we're gonna do is it's gonna be 100 players. They're gonna be jumping out of a whale in the sky. All right, and they're gonna be battling out with pickaxes.
Okay, wait. Why jumping out a whale? Why don't just a whale comes in and just throws us out of its blowhole?
We gotta be different. Oh yes, exactly. Okay, so the whole thing takes place in the ocean, and we just get blew out from the whale's blowhole. It's a blowhole battle royale, and we're all gonna be using tridents, and that's how we're gonna be. We're all mermaids, by the way. 100 mermaids are gonna be killing each other in this.
So where's our
that's my
developers?
pitch. That's my pitch.
Chaos Reaper?
Oh, we have
and
we have Chaos. Yeah, he's in charge of. He's the graphic designer for this. He is the graphic artist. Sorry, and we have Oscar Chacon, who's going to be the programmer. He's our lead programmer. And then I'm going to be producing,
And I know we have Fariello doing art.
Fariello's going to be doing art. Yeah. And he's going to be in charge of all the DLC. He's going to be in charge of all the DLC. We're going to monetize the living crap out of this. And it's gonna be extraordinary. So I hope you guys like it. We don't have anything to show just yet. We're waiting for E3.
I think if that ever happens, the only thing that'd be good is the fact that we're getting thrown out of a whale's blowhole.
Yes, well, that's originality. Hey, Fortnite, you're constructing while running. So, and that sounds ridiculous, but it works. So, getting thrown out of a whale's blowhole. For our battlegrounds doesn't sound so far-fetched, does it?
No.
I mean,
No, it doesn't.
The army stuff has already been played to death, and the silly hero games and the Overwatch looking characters like that other game Paladins.
Yeah, Paladins.
That has been played out. We gotta come up with some originality, man. So we're all gonna be fishes and mermaids.
I mean, yeah, it's battle royale, but it's different.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's how Fortnite did it.
That's how Fortnite made
Battle
it.
Royale, and then they made it into Minecraft Battle Royale.
Oh my goodness. What else? What else have you been doing?
I guess the last thing, actually, since I said that I gave my system a break, I also gave Overwatch a break.
No Overwatch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not till next season.
I felt the disturbance in the forest. Oh wow, you're done with.
I'm done with this season because it's just people like I got up to at least medium or high gold, and people just don't know how to act like a team. Yeah, they get like, especially since it's what
Makes you wonder how they got there in the
I
first
think
place.
at least a week and a half left, and they get really rabid around this time.
Oh.
You know, really, really pushy, really, just like one of those rabid gamers.
Yeah.
You know, really insulting, yada yada.
Oh yeah.
They get bad.
Yeah, that's the toxic nature of online play is what has kept me from even going into the New York, even going into the Fortnites and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah, I understand. That's why. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I started playing a little bit this week, and I just played like a couple of rounds, and me and another rando that we picked up, we were firing at this group that was on a building, and I know we were far, and I know we were probably doing nothing, but I was just like, we were just screwing around. And this guy with a militaristic voice is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Come on, let's go. Yeah, and talking like that, and it was like, oh man, this ain't fun. You're taking the fun out of Fortnite.
I know, because Fortnite's cartoony. I literally go in and mess around usually.
Yeah, exactly.
See, yeah, I mess around in Overwatch too, but that's quick play. Competitive is a whole different story.
Yeah, no,
that's when you got to be serious.
That's when you got to be serious, super serious.
Yeah, but you have people playing around anyway. And also I hate that they give you the option to leave a game.
What do you mean they give you the option? Don't they penalize you?
They do, but a lot of people don't care.
Oh.
And when you're in gold, a lot of people don't care.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'd rather lose the 20 up to 30 points than lose 50. Because you lose 50 if you leave a game early.
Oh.
Or late because you're, being a whiny piss baby.
That's Overwatch for you.
No, that's the community of Overwatch.
Wow. You like to think that not always. I remember when it was kind of clean at the beginning. It was like, this sounds like the group. This sounds like the game I want to get into.
I know. Now I know, like, I might get criticized, but you have a lot of first-person shooters coming in later on, and that's when it started to drop.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been playing any first-person shooters any first-person shooters at all. I mean, I play third-person shooter, consider Fortnite for that little bit, and like I said, it was fun. I mainly did it because I wanted to see what was new, and I wanted to see that comment, and I wanted to check out the vendor machines.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think
don't get me started on those vending machines.
Yeah, it's first off, I can never get enough metal to buy anything worthwhile.
To Junk Junction, which is a place full of metal.
Oh, then I figured everybody's there.
No,
and I'm just
not
gonna
all
get
the
wrecked.
time.
Yeah,
No.
and I was actually.
I feel like, go ahead.
I was actually babysitting for the son of one of my wife's friends. They were having they study a lot, and this is like their study group, but they decided to take a break anyway. They brought food over here, and they were having this thing, and one of them brought her son.
They were watching,
and my wife was like, oh, can you like entertain, to try to keep him occupied, just I haven't had a good time. This like 10-year-old kid, so I was like, sure, fine, like, hey, what do you want to do? Well, we started talking anyway. The thing is, he mentioned me the Fortnite, and I was like, oh yeah, I have Fortnite. I barely play it, and I figured, okay, this is an easy way to get him, to just have a good time, have a good time there. This kid was so fun because he was, first of all, he's really fucking good. I mean, I don't want to overplay.
A lot of kids
He probably
overplay
is,
it.
I'm not talking about pro good. I'm talking about considered against like me. He will destroy me and probably
Was it
some people
on PlayStation or?
It will play on PlayStation, yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I say this is because you could see he was playing with a reason. Like he knew when to shoot. He knew when he got into like big fights, he never lost. He will never be jumping or anything like that. He will be playing like patiently. He kept his cool throughout the whole, all the matches. He will get kills. I think he leveled me from level 3 to like 8 in the little bit that we played. We didn't play that much.
Do that.
Yeah. He was wrecking people up and left and right, and he knew exactly what buttons combination. Like he knew how to navigate that button combination. Get the as soon as he started getting fire, he will have a freaking wall already. In front, and I can't. I don't even know how to build that thing.
Building's a little difficult. See,
Especially
I like how
console.
I like how they changed it where you use the bumpers instead of
Well,
the bumpers to switch instead of because in the main game you use triangle to switch. I'm like, no, that doesn't make it quick. So buttons make it things quicker. Yeah. And building is a little difficult. It's kind of like sporadic though. You gotta just you kind of just like spray and pray kind of.
No, he was that's why I'll tell you he was fighting with a purpose because he knew exactly. He knew the moves that he needed to do in order to jump to this section. First of all, every game that he started, he immediately knew where to get the a treasure chest. And this places
when
in this places that are
enough, you start knowing. You kind of know,
I don't. So to me, that alone was like, how do you know all these places? And he knows how to make the difficult jumps and build while he's doing those jumps to make it to the next step and all. I don't know. It was a sight to see. It was like watching a streamer at home, and on top of that, he was making fun of the thing of the players that go against the Fortnite players. They hate on PUBG and the PUBG players that hate on Fortnite, and they always have to have that that war going on. So it was.
God, it's like Daisy and H1Z1 all over again.
Yeah. It was hilarious to hear him talk. He was very mature also, but yeah, it kind of like watching him play got me a little bit into maybe I should actually try to maybe not get good. I don't need to get super good or anything like that, but try to get people going to play with me, and eventually I will I will enjoy it.
Because I usually play it.
Yeah, I gotta find I gotta find time where we can actually like play for a little bit because I think we've only played once and it was hell of a fun and thing.
Actually once. I think if I look at videos from because I know I streamed it with Mad Dog when we were doing the Extra Life.
Yeah.
When we were doing Extra Life. And I think from there to now, you can see that I've gotten better.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
And also another way to get better, go into the most populated area and just keep playing that area.
Oh, you know what?
We would go to Tilted, well, we called it Twisted for a while because it's twisted going there. So we would go there all the time, every single match. When we would die, we would go back in because in order to get better in an area, you keep playing it. You keep playing that area until you're able to survive it. So now we're moderately good in that area.
He switched my server to Oceania. Oceania. He switched my server there because this is the good people play on the European servers. You
mean the ones who probably won't
the really
cheat?
Good ones. The middling they play on the North American servers, and then the crappy players play on the Ocean. And that's him saying this is not in any way. We're not endorsing this in any way. He was just giving me pointers, quote unquote, to play play the game.
People who play with the controller instead of with the mouse and keyboard, then
no, well, I don't know. Can you play? Can you play against people with mouse and keyboard?
You can put a mouse and keyboard on console. That's you can tell when somebody's playing.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
by how fast they're building and how fast they're moving. You can tell when they're playing with the mouse and keyboard.
This kid was building fast enough.
Or they're using a special controller. Like, that's obvious to see.
Yeah.
I hate it though.
So that was all my Fortnite in the little bit that I did. But I did beat Yakuza 0.
Did you?
Oh yes.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. What a great story. What a great story. That's all I have to say about.
You started Kiwami?
Yes, I actually started Kiwami. I've been playing it to where I'm on chapter 6 right now. And Kiwami is different because Kiwami, I mean,
yeah, I heard it's a remaster of the first one, right?
Yeah, it's a remaster of the original Yakuza that came out PS2 a long time ago, but it has like extra stuff, and it's obviously done in the Yakuza
HD.
0 engine, and everything looks, it looks like a proper, current gen game. But the story, you can see where it's a little bit more. Oh, this is the beginning, because the story is a little bit more simpler. It doesn't seem as convoluted, as complex as the later ones yet. Because I'm chapter 6 so far.
How many chapters are there?
They usually have like, I want to say probably like 4 to 15 chapters.
Oh, so you're about like halfway.
Yeah,
maybe.
3/4 of the. Yeah. I would say probably 1/3 of the way through it already. But Yakuza 0 took me 80 hours to beat. And this one,
you played a lot of mini games.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of the mini games on it too, because they were super fun. And this one has their mini games and stuff like that, but I haven't paid much attention to.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play it, but I don't know if I'll actually get. Like, I'd have to borrow the game from you.
This is again. This is. I love it because the story is so intricate that you definitely want to see what happens next. And I also love the setting. Obviously, it's Tokyo, or a fake city in Tokyo. And
is it all like hand-to-hand combat, or
it is. The combat is the weak point of it, honestly, and
it reminds me
the
of gameplay,
gameplay,
like Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah. The gameplay is not the strong. I mean, I tell you, the story has to be really good for me to stick with it, because if I'm judging this is, and I hate to say it, but they have not changed most of the gameplay between all the games that have been released, and this is like its 7th already. So it's not. I mean, if you don't like the story, then there's nothing for you here. There's absolutely nothing for you here, because the fighting gets old really quick.
Yeah.
And it has those things where you still have to, instead of auto saving, for example, you still have to manually save. For example, and on the Kiwami on Yakuza 0, it was worse, because you actually had to go to a particular spot to be able to save your game. And
that's kind of old school. So
yeah, but that's old school, and then there's outdated, and I feel like they just haven't done enough to where, I mean, this is this Yakuza, it's got to be like 7 or 8 or whatever. And when you save the game, it still brings you to an old ass PS3 era looking cross media bar. You remember when it will show you this, or the game will disappear and you are in the cross media bar, and it shows you the saving slots.
Yeah, the save files.
Yeah, the save files, and then you select there, and it'll go, and you'll see a bar like saving, and then it'll say, okay, save. Well, it'll do that, and you have to press the button, and then it'll do that again. It'll save the button, and now it saves the system setting, and then you have to press the button, and it takes you back. I mean, the thing is, I don't understand why I like this so much, but I already got the next one. Also, I got Yakuza 6, and as soon as I'm done with Kiwami, you bet your ass I'm gonna go into it.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as story's good, I guess. Because I would say I was gonna bring up Monster Hunter, because I mean it tries
the story.
No, it tries to do a story, but it's not really meaty enough for anyone to really care. And a lot of the reason why people stick to it is because one, it's customization, different weapons, monsters. Who doesn't love an Anjanath, which is pretty much like a giant T-Rex
Yes.
coming after you? And an Anjanath, that's an old monster.
That's a class.
And the Jagras too. A lot of them are old.
The thing that turned me off from Monster Hunter, honestly, was the fact that the game was just too
Grindy?
too hard. No, not even. It was just making it so difficult to enjoy the game with my buddies. Makes me not want to play the game at all. And until they fix that, I don't feel like I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I said, that's why I brought up Monster Hunter too.
Oh,
Just to
to show when games have this really old things from older generation consoles that they still do for some reason. Like, why can't I just join you? Why do I have to subject myself to waiting while you watch the story for the first time and then get out and do all these workarounds? I don't want to do workarounds.
My suggestion before, when I was playing with people, I'm like, why don't you just show your friends, even if they've seen the cutscene, just re-show it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Just or give you the option of you want to skip it and I want to skip it, then okay, let's skip it. If we both if I want to skip it and you want to watch it, then roll the dice. You know, it's kind of,
at least if it lets you skip it, you can just sit around in the area in like expedition mode until it ends.
Yeah. Just do something, because right now it's too hostile and too. I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with systems.
Yeah, I try and do the story mode at least by myself, so at least I get all the cutscenes, most of them done. Unless it's like monster related, then you can't really stop that.
Yeah.
So that by the time that I actually do go and get my grind on, we don't have to worry about it much, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of monsters, I went and saw Rampage last weekend.
Did you really?
Yes. Yeah.
How was it?
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was. You know what? It's a good blockbuster movie. It's not. No, we're not talking about this is not the best story ever, or because I made the mistake of saying of telling like what I was telling Analdo and David at work, and I made the mistake saying, oh yeah, I saw Rampage, yeah, it was great, and they were like, they stopped me immediately like
what?
Great, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry,
you're talking about an old school.
Let me qualify
game.
it was good, it was entertaining, and they were like, oh no, that's different. It's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had a good time with a movie that I shouldn't have had a good time. But if you watch, it, I know that you'll have an entertainment time, to say the least, which is what we could expect.
Too, which a lot of people get entertained with.
That could be a plus and a minus for. Yeah. I know a lot of people that's the reason why they don't care about it.
Yeah.
Because
he's overused.
Yes, I will say, but no, it was it was cool. It was cool. Do I recommend to watch it in the movie theaters? Yeah, probably if you're bored.
Maybe like a matinee or like the $5 movies.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna get into some new. I was trying to do another impression. All right, guys, terrible. We're going to get into some news. First off, on the docket, he doesn't speak like that. Sorry, Ronaldo. You will be missed. Enjoy your Italy vacation. And picks...
Okay, we're going to put a lot of...
Or it didn't happen. Actually, that's the news. Mad Dog is on vacation in Italy. Back to you.
Big news.
I'm going to start actually with a piece of news that came out right after we finished our last podcast last Friday.
I know, that was sad.
Shenmue 1 and 2 announced for PS4, Xbox One, and PCs.
What?
But yes, and PC One. 1 and 2, Shenmue 1 and 2 are getting... Well, here's the thing. They're not calling them remasters. So what the hell is it? It's not going to be the old-ass looking assets, right? From the first one.
Let's hope not. Who's doing it?
Let us see. Shenmue 1 and 2 collection is built as the best Shenmue experience to date. They're saying the compilation comes with a host of modern features, including fully scalable
like
screen resolution.
remaster.
Yeah, it's kind of like remaster. I don't know what they're not calling it remaster. A choice of modern or classic control scheme, PC graphics options, an updated user interface, and the option to enjoy either the original Japanese or English voiceovers. Thank God for that, because I remember I owned Shenmue 2 original Xbox, and I remember the voice acting on that, or the voice dubbing on that, was terrible.
Really?
Oh, it was so bad. It was laughable. It was like NES Metal Gear 1. I fell asleep. I fell asleep better levels of bad. It was like all your base are belong to us levels of bad. And let me tell you. Sega hasn't announced.
So bad translation then.
Yeah, it was.
They should just put it original voices with like English subtitles.
Well, I think the point if they're redoing this, they want to keep it to the original as much as possible. But they're saying no, but we'll also throw in the Japanese voice, with subtitles, of course. Sega hasn't announced pricing details or a release date for it, but the collection will be available at retail and digitally. And there are even some screenshots that were out, and this is courtesy of GameSpot. So this news broke out when you guys left, and then I think I immediately texted you. It's like, oh, look at what's happening here, Shenmue. So yeah, get excited for that if you like Shenmue.
Yeah, I've never like played it. Like I've heard of it. Just never played.
You want to play a game of Lucky Hit? That'll be he'll going around the town. Want to play some Lucky Hit? Want to play some Lucky Hit? Want to play some Lucky Hit? I'm looking for some sailors. That's ridiculous. The game.
Oh man,
it was charming. If you want to drive a forklift for hours.
So, you remember Bosky, right? People who made Lawbreakers and.
Oh, is that company that company that made that hit Lawbreakers and Radical Heights? It's the neo hotness.
Yeah, so
the Fortnite killer, some are calling it.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I would try it, but it looks very like horrendous.
Oh no, that thing is.
It's like so early access.
That thing was thrown the last minute. It's super early.
Yeah, so Cliff Blazinski, the founder of this company, is accusing Epic for stealing his employees.
It's accusing his whole company, basically.
Yep.
For stealing their employees. Oh my god.
Yep.
I heard of one case, and I mean, first off, why don't you? I don't know if this is allowed or legal or anything like that, but aren't they companies have non-competitive clauses where you can't poach from your, you can't headhunt from your competitors because that'd be like against the law or something like that.
Yeah, but a little update is that his employees, a lot of them are saying that they left willingly to Epic, and so I was saying. Oh
well, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they were telling that we were leaving, willingly, that it's their choice. Mm. So don't have a fit.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I can definitely see the reason why they'll be upset if it happens to be that more than a couple of their programmers are being hired over here. It's like, okay, guys, what's going on? And because obviously they're jumping ship for the company that, let's face it, they have the biggest chances of being around. let's be real.
Well, also, and if they're gonna work on Fortnite, then that game's already technically finished versus a game that's still very early access.
Yeah. Well, they'll keep adding stuff to Fortnite.
That's the point of competition.
Yeah.
People are gonna get stolen.
Oh, you know what? You should probably consider see Konami is hiring because Konami is making games still. This just so happens. I don't know if you know about this, but there's a new Castlevania coming. And that's the level of excitement that you have on this. New Castlevania, well, let me tell you about it.
Let me hear it.
It's got bigger and better. Probably not. Castlevania Grimoire of Souls was just announced on Konami's official website as a mobile game exclusive to Japan. Wow.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's Castlevania. 8-bit or 16-bit, right?
It probably still come. Yeah. No, this is not a pachinko or a 3 or match 3. I think this is an actual Castlevania game.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like 18-bit or 16-bit, if I remember which one, whatever it was. It's kind of hard to differentiate them.
Yeah.
But the side scrolling, right?
Yeah. You expected to beat that. Even looking
I'm not surprised.
Well, I am because it's Konami. They haven't been doing games.
Because it's Konami.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised that an old game like that or newer will be on mobile. I mean, mobile has become a system in itself now.
You're not surprised. Yeah, I was gonna say you're not surprised that Konami is taking advantage of another platform.
They're taking advantage of money.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
And we're surprised about that. It's Konami. Yeah. The game, the Grimoire of Souls, it says the story is set in the future where Count Dracula has been completely destroyed. Okay, then why do we have a Castlevania game then?
Right?
There was peace.
I'm just waiting for season 2 of the show.
There was.
Right.
I'm not sure this is part of this is tied to it at all. But they say there was peace, but a letter delivered to Genya Arikado has said the cat among the pigeons. I love that. Has said the cat among the pigeons sounds even better than when I was trying to come up with the we're by ourselves. We're the rats when the cat is not around.
Yeah.
Count Dracula will be resurrected. The letter reads. Oh no. Anyway, if you like, I like Castlevania, and I was excited for the split second that I heard a new Castlevania game was coming, but then, knowing that it's just going to be a mobile title, it's like, no, thank you. No mas.
So, have you ever heard of having a personal coach for playing games?
A personal coach?
Yes.
Only on WoW. I remember the people that will power level you, that will play with you. That's what I remember.
So, Activision, I guess, since they're having a little partnership with Amazon, they're using Alexa's voice recognition to be your personal coach in Call of Duty.
What? So you can say, Alexa, play me Fortnite, or help me with Fortnite.
It uses a soldier's voice that provides personalized player coaching based on data from your actual gameplay.
Well, isn't that nice?
It'll help you tell you when to, help you switch weapons for specific stuff, change your tactics. I guess coaching you on how to be a better player.
By how? Is it watching you play? Is it sitting right next to you? Or giving you company? What is it going? What is it?
I guess since a lot of things are Bluetooth now, probably Bluetooth it to Alexa. I don't. Well, no, it's through an app. I'm sorry.
It's through an app.
It's through an app. So
that's
funny.
Isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Having
Alexa. Is that? Oh, okay, you don't have it here. I'd be very and then it turns on. No.
Oh yeah, no. It's listening. It's just ignoring because it's like we're saying Alexa play Fortnite and it's completely ignoring because it's like this two idiots
didn't
are
play
drunk.
anything interesting. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But you know what's interesting? Ubisoft which have been actually, I gotta give them props. They have been, they've been supporting their games. Recently
Yes, they
released a
have.
patch to For Honor, and I was very impressed with that.
What was in it?
They're still supporting For Honor, and they probably have made that game into what they ideally wanted it to be. You know,
Since launch.
I kind of want to play it.
Dedicated
Actually.
servers now.
Yeah, dedicated servers,
So,
exactly.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the beta and I wanted it, but I never got a chance to get it. So maybe I'll pick it up because it should be cheap now.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
They're cheap.
And it has a really good. They're describing it as a really good tutorial now.
Yeah, I
So,
don't know.
which is what that game needed.
Ubisoft, like it's big company, but it feels like their games are like somewhat under the radar, kind of. You know, like indie games, but they're getting bigger as
Well,
more people talk about
the
them.
game, they haven't had.
I mean,
That's a good
if
point.
I worded it
Because
right.
I wouldn't call them.
No, I
you know,
wouldn't.
because
but you hear
Assassin's
it, but you
Creed came
don't.
out and it was a hit.
I know, but you hear, but you don't hear it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It doesn't look like they're they're trying to
Like we
abuse
heard
the
about
trends.
Mario and Rabbids, and you don't hear it often, even when after it came out.
Yeah, and also, and same thing with Assassins. Actually, it kind of came and went. Far Cry has been doing like superb, even though
Mm-hmm.
that game is not super great or anything like that. But it has been doing superb for them.
Yeah, I
So
heard a lot of like with Assassin's Creed. I heard that they did their lighting very well to make it a little more realistic.
looking, yeah,
Yeah, like I remember reading one article about if you go into a cave, it is dark. It is
As it
pitch
should
black.
be.
Yes, as it should
yeah,
be.
yeah.
You can put the brightness up; it's still pitch black. So they're
That-
trying to make it a little realistic.
Yeah. That engine is impressive. Yeah, there's no doubt. And I believe it's the same engine. Well, I could be wrong on this. I probably shouldn't say, but Watch Dogs, which the second one, again another not super great title. I'm sure that they wanted it to be a AAA title, but it kind of reminds me of that. You know what it kind of reminds me of? You remember THQ games that back in the day, the B level tier games. That's what it reminds me. Some of this Ubisoft games, except that they're actually supporting it well enough to you get your value of your money almost. And it's surprising because I'm saying this about Ubisoft, one of the three primal evils.
I mean, hey, their Just Dance video games seem to be helping them a bit.
Well, I think they'll be having some.
Oh, and don't forget South Park.
And South Park. South Park. That's another one that came out kind of a little muted. Anyway, the thing I wanted to bring is that Watch Dogs 3 is on the way, to the surprise of absolutely no one. Where was I?
You sleeping on me?
No, I had it here for a long, because a lot of people thought at the beginning it was some sort of like April Fool's thing, but no, they're actually, and it wouldn't be a surprise. I mean, come on, of course they're gonna do Watch Dogs 3.
Of course. I
You
mean, the second one was a lot better than the first one.
The second one was and you might say the same thing about Assassin's Creed. Damn it! I lost the story. Who cares? It don't matter. It's just Watch Dogs 3. There's nothing. You know that Watch Dogs was coming.
Yeah, it's just Ubisoft it's still surviving. Honestly,
Ubisoft-
on its own.
No, they're not surviving. They're living the high life. They're doing pretty well so far.
So, since we were talking a lot about Battle Royale, it's been the highlight of everything.
Oh, geez.
So, PUBG will soon let players choose which maps they do and don't want to play on.
Oh, you can choose maps?
Soon.
Oh, snappity snap.
So now they'll probably see which maps people actually like playing on.
Yeah, yeah. No kidding. That PUBG. Last time I played it, it was still a little rough, but that's another game that I probably should just jump in and see how everything has come up.
Yeah, I mean, I like mobile version.
I mean, I haven't played it ever since it released version 1.0. I haven't played version 1.0. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
what
mean,
they're
that's
selling
good gaming battle royale arrest.
Yeah. Dark Souls. Prepare to die, Switch users. Because your version of Dark Souls remastered has been delayed.
What?
Yes. Unfortunately,
Oh, for the Switch.
for
right?
the Dark Souls remaster for the Switch won't be making the previously scheduled May 25th release date. The publisher Bandai Namco, thank you, announced. Now it just says summer of 2018. So sometime during the summer. And I can almost see why.
Really?
I'm sure that it's not too difficult to port this remaster to current gens and PC, but the Switch is an entirely different architecture. So I can see how that could be a little problematic, which was surprising because that game was announced on the Switch. That's when it came to notice that hey,
And now
there's
it's
a Dark Souls
coming
remaster.
to
So
all systems,
and
and then
yeah.
wait, it's delayed on the.
and now it's delayed on
Platform's gonna be.
on yeah, exactly, on the console that we all expected was like the primary. This was the.
I mean, it's still
version.
coming out by summer, but they just.
Yeah, sometime in the summer.
But everyone's gonna be like, Dark Souls what?
It's the summer. How am I gonna praise the sun? How else am I gonna praise the sun?
Solaire. Where is he? We need that amiibo.
The amiibo. Oh no, the amiibo was delayed also.
I know.
No, unfortunately, the amiibo is delayed as well. What else you got?
What a surprise. So, I had some Overwatch news, and so with the current event Retribution or Overwatch Archives, they added a whole bunch of new AI controlled enemies, like the Assassin, Sniper, and Heavy Assault. So those new enemies are supposed to be restricted to the arcade mode, but some players have found a way to bring them out and be able to play them in competitive.
OMG, lol.
In this new bug.
Wow.
I think this is specifically over. I haven't seen it on or heard of it on console. I think it's PC only for now.
Yeah.
So that's an issue, because these AIs are specifically programmed for specific things, and some have high health, high damage, high speed. I know the Assassin, it's fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
See, and you can that just means that at some point that's the plan. The plan is to have players, play those characters, those characters, because how else are they gonna have a module that knows how that interprets your keyboard into the actions that they're gonna make? I don't know. That tells me that at some point in the future that we're gonna let you play as the bosses, kind of like they did with Street Fighter.
Working on that.
Street Fighter Championship Edition.
Yeah, they're working on that bag. So a lot of people were talking about that. Maybe make it like Left 4 Dead, how you can do like PvP, but it's humans versus the zombies. So it'd be like Overwatch heroes versus
asymmetric multiplayer.
Yeah,
like Nintendo used to call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that'd be awesome. It's just that this is an issue now because it gives people an advantage now in competitive for however long that bug stays.
Yeah, which is probably not going to be for much, let's be real.
Oh, no, they're very on top of that.
Yeah.
So get your bug while it lasts.
Speaking of bugs, Call of Duty. No, I'm kidding. Who likes the Black Ops? Exactly. All of them, 3 people. No, shit ton of people. We know that. And who is excited about that next chapter in the single player story?
What chapter?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, apparently Call of Duty won't have a what they're calling a traditional single player story. That they're not discarding altogether that there's not gonna be any story. You know, it's just not gonna have a traditional single player story, according to sources
So it's gonna
with
be
knowledge of the
all
project.
level based.
No, no. I honestly, you know what I think it is. And I may be jumping too soon into our topic of the week soon, but it's
What
gonna
is
be
it?
some sort of battle royale based store, game with story elements thrown into the mix, a la Titanfall, where you were playing the multiplayer, but meanwhile the story was happening in the background, and you had the chatter and the stuff that was happening. You never played Titanfall, the
It
original one,
did.
the
It
original
did,
one.
but that just sounds.
Ridiculous. Yes,
Yeah.
you might say.
That sounds a little too much for me to comprehend.
You might say. Of course, they when Activision was reached, a spokesperson will say we don't comment on rumors and speculations, which is, come on, this is just stupid. Come on, I think we live in the era of the internet. It's time for these secrets. They can't hold anymore. I mean, we know you're
Someone's
working.
gonna see it.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's gonna leak it. That's what you're asking. You're basically saying, when you say we don't comment on rumors or speculation, you're saying please hack us, and someone leaked this information, so we don't have the burden anymore of trying to keep this secret. Anyway, I don't think. What do you think of Call of Duty, a multiplayer only Call of Duty, and would you be okay with a $60 price point if it comes to
At that point, make it like $40.
Right?
But I feel like they'll make it 60, but they're gonna lose money. Maybe not. They won't. They know they won't lose money because they know who
No, they
their
won't. They definitely
who their main consumers are.
Keep in mind that they don't have to. If they don't have to spend that they used to spend a lot of money on the single player campaigns, and
I like playing them. Those single.
I
player.
love playing them too. I mean, the ones that are good. Like the last time I played one was the Infinite Warfare. Was it something like that? And I like that, the one with Kevin Spacey, basically. And I like that one. I like that campaign a whole lot. And I was never a big fan of the Black Ops campaign, except for the first one. I really liked the first one, but then they got too futuristic and weird, and then it was like, well, why are you calling it Black Ops? And this is like future stuff anyway.
Yeah, the last campaign I did was Black Ops 3, but with that, it was you can also do co-op because it was like whole like the cyborg soldiers, the super soldiers, and all that. But you can have people join you, so it was like multiplayer with story, kind of like Halo used to be.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe that's what they're referring to. Maybe they're referring to, hey, there's gonna be competitive. These are the story. These are the single player story. They could also take a Destiny approach. Where you're doing the missions, but you have your buddy. But I guess that would be a little bit more single player ish. I guess at that point, just call it co-op. Don't say we're not gonna have a single player.
It'll be,
which they're not saying. Also,
it'll be a campaign, but you have to play with somebody to do it.
Yeah. I mean, they're saying it's not gonna have traditional campaigns. They didn't say there is not gonna have a campaign. So who knows?
I feel like it'll do like Black Ops 3 did.
I think if you're gonna give us a single player, multiplayer only campaign, this should better be just $40, because in this day and age, I mean, you're competing against battle royale games now, and if you're gonna give us less now, and still demand $60, then I will see you where DICE was with Battle.
In other words, a lot of people will be like, "I'll see you in court."
Well, they won't be able to do anything because they have no case. Okay, let me take a quick break because I gotta go pee. we're bad guys. I keep sounding like I'm saying we're bad guys. We're bad people. And
we are so bad.
it is, yes, like the Power Glove. So bad. And it is time for the Hot Topic of the Week.
Hot topic.
That's right. This Hot Topic of the Week is brought to you by no one. So,
Not yet.
Insert name or sponsor here. Today's Hot Topic of the Week, this week's Hot Topic of the Week, I should say, is, man, there have been some turbulent waters in the world of gaming with this new hot genre.
I think we needed to
Has been taking the world by
it.
storm. Yeah. It's time to talk about this. We can't ignore the 200-pound elephant in the room. Of course, we are talking about battle royale games and battleground games and whatever you want to call
That pretty much is a
games.
genre in itself now.
It is. Oh yeah, definitely. I feel this is
Well, the battle royale now, like
Yeah.
the way they do it.
yeah. Which it blows me away that we have seen, we have seen movies that kind of like interpret that in their way, like hello, Hunger Games. How come there is not not a battle royale of Hunger Games?
The Calling. That's pretty much it.
You're probably right. I haven't seen. I thought that was a game though.
It is a game, but it's pretty much like Hunger Games, like literally like Hunger Games.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you. Oh, so you're saying okay? There you go. So
I mean, there is an actual movie called Battle Royale. It's a I think it's Korean or Japanese.
No,
I don't remember.
it's Japanese. It's actually
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched that one. I do
Netflix.
want to watch because I heard it was good. I heard it was a
Netflix.
little
Yeah,
not
Really
gory
cool.
but slashy.
kind of both. Yeah,
Kind of both. Would you
Yeah,
say?
it's both?
Whoa. Well, I can do
I mean, it's literally they're like.
slashy but not gory.
I mean, it's,
I don't like horrific gore.
No, it's. I don't.
Unless
think
it's Game of
really-
Thrones, because for some reason that
Yeah.
looks unrealistic.
Yeah, so this movie, it's a Japanese movie where thank you for correcting me, and you have these group of students. I would kind of say like a Saw kind of like they're grouped up together.
Uh-huh.
They wear collars on their neck, and
Like-
they're in this circle. You go out of the circle, you die.
Oh, kind of like the circle that is
Yeah.
going on. Oh, I see what they say. All right, so I have a question. Do they come out of whale blowholes? Is it because
No.
they might be?
Sorry to
Okay,
disappoint you.
no. Thank goodness, because I don't want to get into an infringement case here with a Japanese company that.
No, but
that
the
did this.
movie is on Netflix, so
It is. Is it?
yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see this.
It's crazy though.
It is crazy. Well, I'm gonna say that this whole thing with this new genre is kind of crazy because it started. I mean, it didn't start with PUBG, but you can say it
No.
started with PUBG. I mean,
A lot of people like to say that it was.
yeah, exactly. Because that's the first thing. There's always gonna be that one game that's gonna popularize whatever it is that you do, and suddenly that becomes a poster child, and nobody else remembers that. Hey, H1N1 was there first, and before that there was
Arma.
or the Arma mod and stuff like that. But when you make it to the point where people people start noticing and you make it fun. And suddenly you start getting these crazy numbers that there's no way that Arma would have ever done in this lifetime or the
Like Overwatch, for instance.
yeah
That brought up something in itself too.
yeah exactly. And you have this company. I mean this I don't know if it was. I think it's just not one guy, but kind of one guy because he's player unknown. He has his name. I don't know. It's super fascinating. But at the same time,
he was, if I remember, he worked on the Arma games.
he
right?
used to be a modder. Yes. He was, and then he prepared this. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Isn't this like another Arma mod kind of?
I mean, it looks like one of the armor mods.
Yeah.
It does.
But sorry, I was taking a swig of my my beer here, my fat tire. What was to say? The thing that fascinates me is the rapid growth of this genre, and to the point where everybody knows about it. Parents, because their kids are constantly. It's no longer Minecraft. The thing, it's Fortnite now. And
I think it's because you had Daisy who came out, like that was an armor mod, and then it was a standalone, but the standalone wasn't doing too great. A lot of hackers, a lot of bugs, and then you got H1Z1, which is kind of like Daisy, but this time you got cars, and that was doing all right, but then player base kind of died down because there was nothing new. And then now you got PUBG coming in. It wasn't doing so great at first, obviously, and then it's getting better.
It ballooned up.
And it was in early access for a while.
And you know what the funny thing is? All the while this was happening, there was a little game known as Fortnite that was shown years ago. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I remember that on
probably
E3,
5,
right?
4 or 5 years ago, or maybe even longer. And it was a game that it was Cliff Blasinski, actually, of all people,
It was
actually showing on the show floor E3. And no, this is the next thing from Epic, and we kind of looked at the game, and it was like, oh man, this kind of looks cartoony and foolish.
Survival co-op.
A survival game about zombies back when the zombies were the huge thing, and Minecraft, of course. So it was.
It kind of reminded me cartoony, like Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah.
That's what reminded me.
Well, that's what it was. It was this. It had elements of Minecraft with elements of survival games, tower defense, even, and this was not a typical. I mean, you think of Epic, you think Gears of War, and then the next thing that come out is this. So I was very disappointed when I saw it.
Zombie,
and then it disappeared. And then suddenly you didn't hear anything. People claimed that they saw the game running, and there will even be jokes about it. It's
I remember there were alpha and beta tests for it.
Yeah. There were some people that were playing it in alpha, but there was no buzz about it. Absolutely, in any way.
And then I remember seeing it, and then they mentioned it. I know they mentioned it again before it came out. Like it was already like close to coming out on console, and then they mentioned it around that time again. I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to play that.
Yeah.
And I got the Founders Pack. I didn't expect this whole Battle Royale thing for it. I just enjoyed it for what it was.
No, honestly, I think, and that's the great and the sad thing at the same time. It was like,
I think they were trying to compete with
Fortnite. Was never intended to be Battle Royale. It was never intended to be a battlegrounds game. No. This was their own survival. This was that mode. They what do you call the mode? I can't even remember the name of the freaking mode.
For the main game, right?
Yeah, for the main game.
It's called Save the World.
Save the World, exactly.
And it had a story with it. It had voice acting and some cinematics,
which is great. I would love to get the opportunity to play that.
I think I know why though, because remember Paragon wasn't doing so great. Rest in peace. And I guess their base game wasn't doing so great because it's a Founders Pack. I don't think it was supposed to be free this year, actually. Supposed to go free. For all we know, they probably won't even do that since Fortnite's still so strong on it. And I kind of wish they would, so everyone can enjoy it. Cause
which one?
the main game for Fortnite.
Oh, the Save the World.
Yeah.
Well. They could. I mean, the thing is, that's no longer the priority. I feel like
their priority's better.
I feel like the priority already shifted, complete 180.
Like I said, and
now, yes, they probably should make this game, but they probably have it as a mode that and you can spend a little bit, extra if you want to play this, this mode. And I
use it to help me build. That's what I use it for. But I still like playing the game though. Like
Yeah.
it's still fun.
Is it single player?
Uh, it's both.
Or it
It's
could
single
be-
player and multiplayer. Like it's you against AI.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's
Yeah.
still fun, and I think that's why they brought Battle Royale, because they weren't doing so good.
Yeah.
People were not buying it, or they're not playing enough. So like, but they probably have this Battle Royale thing in the works for quite some bit. Maybe not, unless they already had the
I feel like this
models.
was very reactionary because
Yeah.
when you think about it all,
Like they already had the base concept. They just need to add a Battle Royale.
Here's
to
the
it.
thing. Honestly, this is my opinion. I don't think Battle Royale was ever in the thought that to go in Fortnite. I think this was just, hey, PUBG is making a lot of money and we have a shooter. What if we can make our world bigger? Expand our technology to make it to where the world is big, and I don't know. We still have this construction thing. Sure, let's leave it. And this was a happy accident. I think that
I think they were doing that too, because like I said, it wasn't doing so well. So they needed
Well, yeah, of
something
course.
to bring in money, since also Paragon was losing its player base too.
But think about how ridiculous it sounds even on paper. Oh, you are battling, but at the same time you can construct like immediately, like magic. Basically, you can make a magic wall appear out of nowhere.
I mean,
just switch
it's
into
better
to
than
build.
hiding behind cover.
I know, but that's what that's
And
what
that
I'm
also
saying.
means less actual buildings too, because they have big
Yeah.
cities and maybe one little hut here and there, but
Yeah.
not actual a lot of buildings like PUBG has.
But that's my point, that this was a happy accident. This was, hey, suddenly this actually is fun. Even though it makes no sense and it's ridiculous, we probably couldn't make any story around this. It is still It is still fun to. I'm being attacked. Let me just throw a wall that builds slowly in front of me. And let me build this this tower, which now you have grenades that you just throw and it immediately builds you something, which is ridiculous. It's like this game doesn't care, and that's what the joke at the beginning of our game of players
look at
coming out of whales blowholes.
Look at the
because
customization
it makes no
for that.
sense, huh?
The customization too is funny.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, in the name of money, we'll just you want to be landing from the shuttle, from a shuttle. Sure, let's do that. And I feel like that's a danger. That I didn't want to make this exclusive about Fortnite, by the way. So we probably should continue with the rest of the stuff. But just my concern with Fortnite is that they are throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, and I'm starting to feel like the game it might be starting to get a little bloated.
It is. You got millions of players. Every update probably always bringing something new.
Something new.
itself.
Yeah, exactly. And that can't be healthy, because at some point there has to be some line. You can't be like, well,
I feel it'll die down, like with the whole Overwatch stuff. It will start dying down. Or MMOs, MOBAs, those were big too in its time when they first came out. So they'll probably start dying down. They'll still have a lot of their players, of course, but it won't be all over the news.
well, it's
Unless something big comes.
well. I mean, when I think of games that have maintained that, I think Dota.
Yes.
Dota's a game that, sure, you don't hear it on the mainstream all the time, but that game is still huge, and
World
it
of
had
Warcraft?
privilege. It's been it lasted forever. World of Warcraft is, another one. They still have millions and millions of gamers. So it's a genre that is cemented itself, and now the problem that we're having is the copycatters.
Yes, because now
Everything wants to be.
Yeah, since it's blown up, everyone,
Yeah.
even major companies, like we've discussed in the news, with Call of Duty
Yes.
trying to put better.
A Call of Duty putting a battle royale, and probably the reason why they're, completely. Well, I shouldn't say completely, because again, this is still not confirmed
early.
by Activision, but I wouldn't be surprised if they completely leave the single player campaign for a battle royale mode, and people will be completely fine with that. They'll be happy with that.
Every single game become a game of service.
And
now you have DICE with Battlefield 5 also going to have a battle royale to it.
Of course it will.
You know, DICE wants Call of Duty, Activision do this so that they have some big company competition between their games.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know. I'm getting a little. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little sick of this.
It just a
little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stick to my Fortnite and PUBG, the main OGs.
I'll say the good. I mean, it's not that we're against it, right? Because if they can make a battle royale and bring something new to the table, like I was hearing about this game where, it's another type of battle royale type, but it has weather effects, you know, and weather events, I should say. Mm-hmm. It has environmental kills, you know. It had. What I'm trying to say is, doesn't necessarily need to be new stuff, but new stuff for that genre.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard because this genre is nascent right now, and I mean, there's not a lot. We haven't.
At that point, it feels kind of like a sandbox game.
Well,
you can add anything to it.
You might argue that that's exactly what Fortnite is. Fortnite is a big sandbox game. There's no story of it. Nothing makes sense. You can build whatever. I heard that some players decided to destroy what do you call it? The towers?
The tilted towers. Because the comets weren't coming.
Yeah, because the comets wasn't coming fast enough, so they were like, well, fuck it, we'll just destroy the town ourselves. And they did. And then they started building on it, and suddenly it looked like some sort of like shanty town, you know, kind of like all put together with their own construction. It was weird, but it was awesome that they were able to band themselves to do that.
These are the very few moments where you have a community come together.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny to see. But you hear about these big companies coming out after, you know, that Battlegrounds money, and you kind of feel skeptical and jaded because it's like, oh yeah, what are you going to bring to this? You know, what is
when a big company comes in, it kind of takes the light away from these smaller companies.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of well, mind you, in no way we are claiming or saying that Epic is a small company with
exactly.
Fortnite, or let alone freaking the Battlegrounds, actually the Battleground company. I think that's what it's called now.
No, I think they work under Bluehole.
Well, yeah, but there is a division that is just for Battlegrounds, and they call it, I don't remember exactly, maybe the Battleground company. Who cares?
Tencent.
Tencent is the Chinese conglomerate. The owner. Yeah. Anyway, the thing is, so we're not saying that is, but you can saturate the market suddenly, and next thing you know is
once it gets saturated.
Now everything is a battle royale. Mario battle royale. I'm waiting for it.
No.
I'm waiting for it.
Please don't.
No, honestly, I don't. Honestly, I don't think.
I mean, I like my my genres to be
pure,
different.
Oh, no, it's
not to be melded into. No.
Yeah, that could happen.
See, that's what worries me. I mean, how long do you think this battle royale thing is going to keep going?
I think this is a genre that was born and it is here to stay. Yeah, it's here to stay. Now, obviously, the growth gets crazy because it happened. It happened with the Dota clones. Mm-hmm. Suddenly, everybody wanted to do a Dota clone, and most of them die because it's not good enough
as the original.
It's not pulling off. Well, actually, some of them might even be very original, but you're still not gonna take players away
reminds me
from
of the whole card games era now.
When that happened, when that happened, I mean, why is Sonic Unleashed? Sonic Kart Racing Evolve, which is a much better Mario Kart than Mario Kart. Why is it not? Why is it Mario Kart instead of Sonic? Sonic Racing Transform, because they can do enough to get people away from Mario. And why Diddy Kong Racing was not? I think we're pushing it now.
Yeah, there's just always going to be something that's going to overthrow
Yeah.
something else.
Well, yeah. Of course, it goes without saying. I don't think, however, that the genre will disappear. I think this is
No, I think they
where we're
dug
gonna see.
themselves and planned themselves in,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now it's just going to be a new genre in itself.
That said, do we need to have CS:GO Battlegrounds and Battlefield 5 Battleground or Battle Royale and Call of Duty Battle Royale and all these different
And Overwatch
titles?
Battle Royale, because I know
And-
they were talking about, but like, no.
Well,
There are people asking about that, but they said no. See, I just feel with all the saturation now, it might start to just get it's getting old already.
it's gonna have to be it's gonna have to be something else, because yes, it's cool that the rules are simple, right? It is you're open in this map. You can kill, you kill your enemies with whatever means you're fine,
And they're
and then little by little you are being cattled into
A
this
circle.
circle into a spot where eventually you're gonna have to find
it's
the
a
rest of the players and
quick
kill them.
game unless you're trying to get to number one, but
Yeah,
a lot of them
yeah.
are quick games. So that's why I see the appeal, kind of like it's shoot 'em up. You work with friends, you get your weapons, you move quick, you work as a team. And they're quick matches.
They're quick matches.
It's a good
There
way.
was another-
It's a good way to, pass the time. It is.
Another thing that I heard, that it was like a cool development, like something. Okay, yeah, this is actually a good idea. While you're waiting for your next game, you could deathmatch. Not grab a gun and shoot people and do nothing while you're waiting for your bus to start.
Yeah, I hate
no,
the
you're
lobby.
actually, while you're in the lobby, you're actually playing deathmatch and practicing pretty much, killing the other folks.
Yeah, I like that. That
Until
sounds.
eventually you start playing. That's
Sometimes
cool.
it's hard to find. I'd actually like them to do that. Really.
Yeah. That's cool. I think there's a company. Working on that. There's a company doing that. There's a company working on a permanent progression system. There could be variations of this. I mean, we're not complaining at all about the genre, because just like you said, it is incredibly fun.
It's very open minded for
Yeah.
those opinions.
Yeah, the concern here is, suddenly getting all this influx of titles and getting some of our games that we have appreciate what they are, go through the changes, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. But if you saturate, keep in mind, like I said, if we saturate the market with everything raw battle royale, then it's literally gonna be a battle royale of all the games together. We're gonna put all the games. This is our idea. We're gonna put all the games, all the battle royale games, into a map, and they have to battle each other. And the one until the one wins, then that's gonna
So
be
like Super Smash Brothers all over again.
yeah. Well, it's
Oh
gonna
God,
be.
I hope they do not make that into a battle royale. I would lose my mind. Nintendo, don't do this.
Nintendo will have its own version of Battle Royale. It's gonna be Splatoon Battle Royale. You heard it here first. No, I'm speculating, of course. They're gonna everything's gonna be a Battle Royale at some point, and then before it dies down, and then it goes back to it's just Fortnite and PUBG, just like Dota and League of Legends, and nobody else. You don't hear about anything else. It's just gonna be PUBG and Fortnite. So, I don't know. I'm out of ammo. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think we've talked ourselves talked yourselves,
It was
talked our head off.
It's a nice short. It's a nice short and sweet. You know, simple and fun. Just appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this episode 104.
I hope you are enjoying just me and Twister here.
Yes. Oh, by the way, yeah. Okay.
We're trying our best.
So the real reason I'm keeping it short is because I want to get the hell out of here, bro. Because I can edit this out, take you home, get this out, and play some God of War. Because I have my copy of God of War like sitting in my living room right now. It's still shrink wrap and everything.
Well, let's do
I
it.
can't wait. I am so excited. And the funny thing was that I prophesied that Giovanni Sparrowwolf from Nivel Escondido. Big shout out to those guys because those guys are awesome. You should be listening to that podcast as well, especially if you know language. If you know language, or if you want to learn language, Spanish, and you like gaming, those are the guys to listen. They're great. It's fascinating. But for some reason, I mean, he is a huge PlayStation 4 fan and everything, but for some reason, he does not care about God of War at all. So that the running joke was like, no, not only will you will buy this game and you will like it. And it's like, no, not unless I win it from some sweepstake, some giveaway
or somebody buys it
was
from?
doing. That somebody will do. He will not buy. Exactly, he will not buy it.
So if somebody buys it from, he'll play it.
I don't know, because they actually the story took an interesting turn where I told them, you're gonna I did the Jesus quote of, before the rooster crows 3 times. You will play God of War. You will buy God of War, something like that. I was just joking, obviously, and then he today he posts again like, dude, I'm gonna start calling you Twisted Pixels the Prophet or something like that, because he actually won the contest. He actually won the big giveaway, and he's gonna have his own copy of God of War, which I know that he's gonna love.
Well, I hope he enjoys it. I hope, at least he's giving it a try.
You're getting your copy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're getting your copy next week also. So be on the lookout for some sick streaming, maybe.
Maybe.
Let's not. We won't
want
put
to
you.
enjoy the.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's no commitments. No commitments. Well, guys, this concludes
the real
episode 104 of the Mouthful podcast. This is Dream Twister signing off, and happy God of War Day for you all.
Happy Earth Day. Happy 420.
Happy Earth Day. Happy 420. Yeah, exactly. Happy whatever you celebrate. We'll see you next time. GG!